So this is Balmorhea State Park. There's the women's bathhouse over here, men's bathhouse over there. It's the entrance. This is the little day use area here. Picnic tables and things. Beautiful view of the mountains off in the distance. Just gorgeous. It's very hazy today. It's been a lot of dust devils. And then this is some more little pavilion day use. This is the shallow pool. The depth is inscribed as about 3 feet and 4, 5. And over here, is the center springs. It's hard to tell now with the sun. It's the wrong angle. But out in the center there is about 25 feet deep. There's a concrete from over here kind of across to there. From there across over to here. Anyway, so that's about 5 feet deep, 4 to 5. Kind of tapers away from the wall out toward the center. Beautiful spring-fed artesian water from the mountains coming up from the aquifer underground. You can see the little coves on the other side, diving boards. The spring starts out there, comes right through the middle of this. There's a little ledge right along the wall. You can walk. You see those people on the other side walking along the ledge. But out in the center, it's a good, it says 20 foot deep in the center, because that's where the springs are coming up. And then down here is the high diving board. And the floodgates there. There's the floodgates. Fish and turtles in here. They pick your dead skin off. Kids on the high diving board. See them make a run. And then over here, that's where the overflow comes out. And it flows around. You're not allowed to swim in the canal. And then it goes out of the park toward Lake Balmorhea. And these floodgates there's a good 3 or 4 inches of water going over the floodgates. So, nice little area here. You can see the water coming out of the other end of the pool. That's all gated. And the floodgates, they can open that and lower the whole thing down by about 5 or 6 feet to work in there. And the water's flowing out. You can see it rippling and moving. It says 15 million gallons a day Goes through here is the flow rate. You can kind of see. You can kind of see the water going over the floodgates under the sidewalk. Really, really nice. Beautiful spring water. It's pretty cold, but it's 100 degrees. When you get inside, it feels great. Spring to life every day in San Solomon Springs. Continually fills the pool with fresh water for thousands of years. It provided for local wildlife and people. Water collects in the mountain range. Travels underground 100 miles before emerging here. Pushes upward through cracks in limestone. San Solomon Springs gushes forth and a release of pressure from the aquifer below. The underground pressure creates what is known as artesian flow or spring. It currently flows at a rate of 15 million gallons a day. And then allowed settlement for the Jumano Native Indians, Mexican farmers in the 1800s, cattle and other livestock. As the water left the state park, it's diverted into irrigation canals for crops such as alfalfa and cotton. Much of it flows into Balmorhea Lake, held in reserve to need it. Historically, before it was diverted for other purposes, the water filled a desert marsh called a ciénaga. This oasis supported native plants and animals. To sustain this unique environment, it takes parks and wildlife diverted water from the pool to recreated ciénagas. You can visit the wildlife habitats across the park entrance and campgrounds, except that's closed right now. Built in Balmorhea represents the hard work and ingenuity shown by CCC Company 1856. In the 1930s, during the Depression, millions of people couldn't find jobs. To combat the problem, President Roosevelt created the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC. Companies of young men were put to work establishing and improving lands and building state parks. In just 5 years, they built the following for Balmorhea: a double-wing swimming pool holding 3.5 million gallons, high diving platforms, park roads, men's and women's bathhouses, caretaker residence, San Solomon Motor Court with 18 drive-ins, units, pergolas, and shelters. Made 12,290 Adobe bricks in 40 days. They set a National Park Service record. The bricks were used to construct the combination building, caretaker residence, pump house, and motor court. The men who built it harvested local limestone. Pool construction alone used 30,000 square feet of hand-finished stone. Mountains. I have to say, it is much nicer in the water, as the water is probably 70 degrees or so. I mean, it's nice and cool. And out here, it's probably over 100 by now. Yeah, sort of pan around to the mountains here. Here in West Texas now, because anything out there that ain't irrigated is just dusty sagebrush desert. Especially since we've been in such a killer drought. So, should have videoed a little earlier. The mountains were just gorgeous. The air was a little clearer, but now more dust has come in. There's a lot of dust devils. But anyway, yeah, that's Balmorhea. Beautiful place to visit. Later.